This is an account of a near-death experience that I had in 1975, approximately. I was a young man at the time, and I was taken to a hospital in Anaheim. The first thing I remember is I was floating out of my body, and I thought I was going to hit my head on the ceiling of the emergency room. I pushed myself off from the ceiling, and I was then standing on the ground watching what they were doing to me. I thought about this for a moment, and I said to myself, how can I be there when I'm here? Then I thought, well, I guess I must be dead. Now what do I do? As I said this, some orbs, colored orbs type things about the size of basketballs appeared and started pulsating, and I thought, well, I guess I'm supposed to follow these. When I said that, I went through the roof of the hospital, and I'm out and above the earth now, and I'm traveling in some kind of a tunnel. As I was going along, I thought, this is kind of a strange tunnel, and I tried to touch it with my hands, and I couldn't do that. So I thought, oh, this is kind of a strange tunnel. So I turned around and stopped, and when I stopped, I found myself floating in space. It was an amazing sight, but all I saw were stars everywhere. Didn't see planets, didn't see a sun or a moon, nothing, just stars in every direction that I looked. Then I thought to myself, I must be lost, because I don't know the way now. And when I had said this in my mind, a voice came over and said, just start moving, you know the way. I started moving again, and the next thing that happened was I found myself walking along a path with a very high wrought iron fence on the right hand side of me. As I'm walking down this path, I noticed up ahead that there was a long line of people laughing and talking going through this gate. And also there was a long line of people talking and laughing going out of the gate. The minute they got to the gate, they'd disappear into I don't know where. But as I was walking, a being of some sort turned around and stood in front of me. Couldn't see him, but just it was like a force field, so to speak. And he asked me, what am I doing there? I said, I don't know. I just followed the lights. The being started saying, you have to go back. I said, I did not want to go back. And as I said this, people started gathering on the other side of the fence. The strange thing was that it was like everyone there I knew. And this being says, you have to go back. You have a purpose to do. And I said, I don't want to go back. And the more this went on, the more people started gathering on the other side of the fence. It finally came to a point where the being could not accept that I was still there, and he says, you have to go back. And when he said this to me, I felt like about a 2-year-old, and I said, okay. The next thing that happened is I'm waking up yelling at the doctors saying I didn't want to go back. The strange thing was that the people on the side of the fence that I could see, they wanted to take my place. They kept shouting out, if he doesn't want to go back, let me go back in his place. Of course, the being didn't allow that to happen. And when I came back into my body, unbeknownst to me how I got back there, like I said, I was yelling at the doctors and nurses saying I didn't want to go back. And the one startling thing that got me about this was that seeing the lines going in and the line coming out, I realized these people that were, it was a beautiful place, But these people that were there, they could not leave. I think that they were trapped there and couldn't leave. I don't know why. I don't know if that was hell or what. But that concludes my story.